Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into 10 different Terraform configuration root setups for scalable infrastructure. It's a game changer, folks.
I'm stoked. So the core idea is about organizing your Terraform configurations, right? Making it easier to scale, maintain, and collaborate on?
Exactly. The way you structure your Terraform project dictates its success. We're talking about the root directory, where all the magic happens. Think of it as the foundation of your infrastructure-as code empire.
Right, and this article outlines 10 different approaches, each with its own pros and cons. Let's start with the simplest, the single environment, single config root. Pretty straightforward, I imagine.
Yeah, it's perfect for tiny projects. One environment, one main.tf, one Terraform. TFVARS, super easy to manage. But it's not exactly scalable. Think of it as a cozy cottage, not a skyscraper.
Got it. So, limited scalability, no environment isolation, risky for production, a single point of failure, essentially.
Precisely. Then we move on to multi-environment setups with separate state files. This is where things get interesting. We separate dev, staging, and production, each with its own state file. Much safer, right?
Definitely safer, but it introduces more complexity. Managing multiple state files is extra work. And what about code duplication? Seems like a potential problem.
You're right, there's a risk of duplication. That's where the next setup comes in. Multi-environment with shared modules. We centralize reusable code in a modules directory. Brilliant for consistency and reducing redundancy.
Ah, that's clever. So you update the module once and it propagates across all environments. But, what about versioning? That could get tricky.
You hit the nail on the head. Versioning is a challenge. Then we have multi-region and multi-cloud setups. Think global deployments, handling different AWS regions, or even spanning multiple cloud providers.
Wow, that's ambitious. Improved redundancy, optimized performance, but also higher cost and more operational overhead. It's a trade-off, right?
Absolutely. It's a trade-off between cost and resilience. Then there are microservices and SaaS setups, organizing by service or tenant. Each microservice gets its own directory, promoting independent deployments. Very modular, but state management becomes more complex.
I see. And the mono-repo approach? Everything in one repo, but that can get unwieldy, right? Potential for repository bloat.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword. Centralized version control is great, but it can become a beast to manage. Then we have feature branch-based deployments, ideal for CI/CD. Each feature branch gets its own environment, allowing for rapid testing.
That sounds efficient for rapid iteration. But resource usage could be high. Spinning up environments for every branch is costly.
True. And finally, we have team-based organization, where teams manage their own infrastructure sections. Clear ownership, but potential for duplication and inter-team coordination challenges.
So it's all about finding the right balance, depending on the project's size, complexity, and team structure. No one-size-fits-all solution.
Precisely. And don't forget, this is just part 1. Part 2 delves into resourcely.yaml files, which are tailored to each setup. It's all about optimizing your Terraform workflows. Check out Resourcely for more details. Thanks for joining us on Tech Bytes and News. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.